Important to know and understand a personality type. And it's also really important for leaders, especially to understand personality type of their team members. So let's discuss a little bit about why it's important for managers and leaders to understand a personality type. First, we really need to define personality, and generally personality is understood as enduring characteristics that differentiate one person from another and that lead people to act in a predictable manner in a different situation over an extended period of time. Since personality distinguishes a person from others, it really means that every person is going to behave, feel, and even act in a way that is specific to him or her, even if a situation may be the same or even quite similar. So the fundamental truth that is important for managers and leaders, and it's important because it means that leaders cannot really manage everybody in the same way because every individual is unique. They have to take account the personality of each team member when you decide how you're going to manage that membership of the team. So let's look at why we really need to understand personality type, not just as a leader or a manager, but as an individual. It's very, very important. So first is it really helps us to understand what motivates an individual. Personality often is going to give us clues and little insights into things that a person is really enjoying or what they love to do and what they're going to do simply for free. If you understand the personality of someone in your team, you're really going to be able to have a good clue as to what's going to motivate them best. And this is going to be different for each team member. This is no different than how you work in a family. You know that if you're a parent, there are some children who are going to work very easily if you pay them to do something. Or maybe another one needs to be motivated with a treat of some kind or free time. So the same thing works within leadership. We want to decide how to motivate our staff. We need to look at their needs as well as their personality. We want to see what excites them, what impresses them, and what motivates them. Second, we really want to see how an individual is going to be naturally inclined to do or not do. So as a leader, you're always going to have different tasks that you need to have accomplished, but you want to be able to know and understand these tasks and how they relate to the personality type. So if you can optimally assign activities and match activities or tasks and interests and passions to the team members, then you're going to maximize the morale of the team and the productivity. Let's give a quick example. If you have a team that has an introvert or an extrovert and you need somebody to go out and do some sales pitches, you are not going to want to ask the introvert to do that. They will feel uncomfortable and it won't be as successful, whereas the extrovert is going to feel more comfortable in that kind of situation. Third, indicates how people are going to react. So personality gives us a clue on how people are going to behave, a prediction, like when they're under stress or coping with a change, or maybe when they have to make an important decision. So personality type is really going to help to predict that behavior of the team member. This again, think about this. This goes back to that proactivity. How do you want to be proactive about what you're doing? How can you approach problems in a proactive way? You want to make sure that you make the right decisions so that you can accomplish the right things and also to be able to delegate in a certain way. Does someone prefer to have meetings one-on-one? Well, that's going to be more associated with the personality type. If you understand one's personality type, you're going to know how to make assumptions, predictions, and even those assignments that need to be done. Fourth, we want to be able to see how people are going to fulfill a role and how they're going to work together in a team. Did you know that some personality types really are going to work better in a team where others are not? Did you know that there are some personality types that actually do a better job in the role of a leader than others? Well, we can then develop appropriate training plans and even group dynamics to build competency and productivity and then to be able to close the gaps. We want to make sure that we have a high-performing team that is going to maximize productivity and be able to really see how things can be optimized to the most effective manner. Lastly, we can also foresee some personality conflicts. So why is it that some personalities clash and others haven't? Have you ever observed that some people simply cannot work together one day? Or maybe there's some people who are really good friends one day and not the other. Again, we can see how this is really a base of personality choices. When we know this, we're able to isolate some issues, we're able to see what's coming up, and then we can prepare in how to best manage incidents. So if you have maybe somebody a little bit quieter, but maybe they're introverted, but they still tend to be a natural leader, they're not going to want somebody who's more extroverted to bombard in and take over, right? Pay attention to how these personalities can clash and what you can do to isolate any kind of foreseeable problem before it ever starts. So when you are looking at a team, do your best to really master and to understand personality types. One of the greatest things you can do is look at the conversational cues. There are some great cues which will indicate what kind of personality people have. So take a moment and ponder, why is it that you want to learn more about personality type? Also, how can you use this information in a role as a leader or maybe a teacher or even as a parent?